Welcome to AI with Arun Show and the AI Weekly News for the week ending December 28, 2025. From Beijing's new human-like AI laws to a massive $20 billion chip buyout in Silicon Valley, the world is shifting under our feet. Today, we are breaking down the biggest stories from around the globe this week that you need to know right now. Let's dive in. We start in China. Beijing is playing a very specific double game. On one hand, they are clamping down on social AI. The Cyberspace Administration just released strict draft rules for human-like AI. If an AI acts like a person, it has to label itself, and it must warn users if they are getting, quote, psychologically addicted. They are terrified of social instability. But on the industrial side, it's full speed ahead. They've launched the AI Pluses initiative. They aren't just building chatbots, they are putting AI into factories. They are automating the physical world while regulating the digital one. And don't think their tech is lagging. This month, the startup DeepSeek released a model called R1. It's open source, and it actually beat major US models on complex reasoning tests. This changes everything because it proves you don't need Silicon Valley budgets to build top-tier AI. Meanwhile, another firm, Moonshot AI, released a model that can process 10 million feet tokens of information at once. That's like reading thousands of medical textbooks in seconds. They are building tools specifically for doctors and lawyers, aiming for high-value professional work, not just casual chat. Now let's pivot to India, because the numbers here are staggering. If you're hiring developers, you know this already. India is now the second largest contributor to AI projects on GitHub, accounting for nearly 20% of all global code. The government is funding 500 new PhD slots and pushing labs into Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. We are looking at a workforce that is expected to double to 1.25 million AI professionals in just 2 years. India is no longer the world's back office. It is becoming the world's research lab. But here is the sleeper story of the month. India just hit 95% 5G population coverage. Why does that matter? Because of something called AI agents. We aren't just talking about scrolling TikTok. This bandwidth allows autonomous AI software to run on phones in rural villages, helping with banking and government services. They are building the digital highway for the next generation of AI before the rest of the developing world has even started. Moving west, we have a major conflict brewing between the US and Europe. Analysts are calling 2025 the, quote, crossroads year. The EU is getting tough, really tough. Their new AI Act includes fines of up to 7% of a company's global turnover if they break safety rules. The US? Completely different. They are prioritizing speed. The Department of Justice even formed a task force to sue states that try to regulate AI too strictly. The US wants to win the race. Europe wants to make the race safe. These two philosophies are drifting further apart. In the corporate world, the big fish are eating the little fish. Nvidia, the king of chips, just made its biggest move ever, buying assets from startup Groq for $20 billion. They are locking down the market for inference, which is the tech that makes AI run fast on your device. Alphabet acquired renewable energy firm Intersect Power for $4.75 billion to secure sustainable power for its expanding AI data centers, amid surging global demand for compute-intensive models. And SoftBank is back. They've committed $100 billion to Project Stargate to build the massive physical data centers needed for superintelligence. The barrier to entry is now in the billions. Startups are finding it harder to compete on infrastructure. Technologically, the buzzword for 2026 is going to be agents. Google just launched Anti-Gravity. This isn't a chatbot. It's an operating system where AI writes, tests, and launches its own code. To counter this, OpenAI fast-tracked GPT 5.2, specifically designed for, quote, long reasoning tasks. In Anthropic's new Claude 4.5, it just beat human engineers on coding tests. We are moving from AI that talks to you to AI that does the work for you. It's not just about coding. Science magazine just named AI as the breakthrough of the year. Here is a crazy example. An AI model figured out the perfect conditions for a complex chemical reaction in just 15 tries. Humans might have taken months. We also have isomorphic labs, starting human trials for drugs designed entirely by AI. This is saving lives, not just time. But all this intelligence needs power. Tech companies are effectively turning into power companies because the grid can't keep up. Remember, we just told you about Google's acquisition of Intersect Power. In Europe, They are so desperate for chip factories that they are relaxing environmental rules just to get gigafactories built faster. The digital revolution is having a massive physical footprint. Now, for the geopolitical security update. Russia has launched a sovereign AI plan. They are banning foreign models in government to protect their cultural sovereignty. Meanwhile, Israel confirmed it is using AI for target selection in defense operations. And the U.S. Senate just created a committee specifically to figure out how to put artificial general intelligence, AGI, into the Department of Defense. The arms race is now an algorithm race. Let's look at some good news. Microsoft and Bill Gates launched AI Health Buddy in Africa. It works offline and acts as a doctor for rural areas. In Europe, the Safe Hearts plan is using AI to predict heart attacks before they happen. This is the democratization of high-end healthcare, bringing the best medical knowledge to anyone with a smartphone. However, we have to talk about privacy. Amazon Ring just rolled out familiar faces nationwide. Your doorbell is now a facial recognition network. Even scarier, a company called Securus is using AI in prisons to scan inmate calls and predict crimes before they happen. And a UK Safety Institute reported that AI's ability to self-replicate, to copy itself, jumped from 5% to 60% in just 2 years. We are opening boxes we might not be able to close. So how are regular people reacting? In the UK, we are seeing the trade-in trend. Young people are abandoning office degrees. Vocational trade enrollments, plumbers, electricians, jumped 25% this month. Why? Because AI just won a gold medal at the Programming Olympics. If AI can code better than a human, the safest job might be fixing the toilet. We are seeing a total reevaluation of manual labor. Finally, the money tells the true story. 9 out of the top 11 corporate deals this year were AI-related. Meta bought nearly half of Scale AI for $14 billion just to get their hands on data. Data is the new oil, and the big giants are securing the supply lines before anyone else can get in. So what is the takeaway for this week? We have moved past the hype phase. 2025 was about adoption. 2026 is going to be about autonomy and industrialization. Watch for the China regulations in January. Watch for the US versus EU legal battles. And keep an eye on those agents that can write their own code. If you found this breakdown valuable, consider becoming a member. You will find the link to becoming a member in the video description. Don't be left behind, and continue to watch, like, share, and subscribe to the AI with Arun show. Thank you.